శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమ. అందరికీ నమస్కారం. టుడేస్ అవర్ టాపిక్ ఈస్ knowledge and knowing. Prayer does not depend on what you say, but what you are. Worship is not related to what you do, but to who you are. Religiousness is not related with your doing, but with your being. It is only love and awareness at your inner center that will reflect the life of your shining purity. Everybody in the world tries to accumulate two things primarily: knowledge and wealth. People who accumulates knowledge, they want to share it with others. In the process, they gain name, fame, and all that. With that primary purpose only, they do acquire knowledge and try to share with others in various platforms. There are very few people who crave for knowledge and who relish in acquiring that knowledge. Similarly, there are people who are wealthy, and these wealthy people also indulge in helping the needy by giving charities to the individuals and institutions. In the process, they also gain name and fame. See, in the case of the wealthy people, their outer behavior undergoes drastical change on hearing the sayings of great saints and sages. Definitely, they undergo radical change, dramatic change, and they indulge in giving away part of their wealth as a charity. That way, they try to share their prosperity with the other who are in need of it. See, in accumulating the wealth, because it is valuable, they accumulate it. And in giving charity, because the money is valuable, they give charity to others who are in need of it. In both the cases of accumulation and giving away charity, the value to the money which they have has not undergone any change in their inner being. They, it remains the same. That means the inner being has not undergone any change in respect of the value to the money which they have already. See, in this case, please observe carefully. The value has not changed, but in search of truth and in search of God and in search of divinity, they undertake this kind of charity so that they feel that it is a virtuous act, pious act, and will be rewarded by the divine at some point or other in future. So this is a small kind of this thing is there in their hearts. When you realize that in quest of truth, in that spiritual journey, this will not, the money or the wealth which they have accumulated doesn't have any value in that journey. With that intention, with that background, if they indulge in charity gladly, joyfully, because acknowledging and accepting with gratitude the person who is accepting or who is taking their charity as a divine being, because he is helping to clear off, to wipe out all his misapprehensions about the value which he has given so far to that which he is now giving away, then that act becomes divine. Because in your inner being, the value has disappeared. The value of the to the money or to the wealth which you have given so far disappeared, dissolved forever. That brings real transformation and proximity to the divine. Similarly, in case of the scholars, the pundits who have accumulated knowledge, who was sharing knowledge with all the fellow human beings, with this intention of finding the divinity or in search of God, in search of truth, they will come to realize the spark of knowing only when they drop all the knowledge which they have accumulated or so far in their life. Because the spark, the knowing is a spark It just comes like that, by any moment, by anywhere, anytime it comes. The spark of knowing. You are traveling. You are you don't know the journey. You are traveling to the unknown, but you are guided by unknown force through a man who is grazing his cows may tell you the way, or the person who is in a very, I mean to say, uh, taking care of the shepherd, the goats or cows or whatever it is. He he shows, he directs you, he gives the map. You will be grateful. You bow down in gratefulness to him. You find the divinity in him. So, this spark of knowing, when you know that God in these forms is guiding me to his abode, when this knowing is realized, then you realize, you come to know the grace of the Lord who is already with you and within you. Thank you.